Build the fire.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning out there. Hit that like button, man. Shout out to all the fire starters, hawkers, walkers, and stalkers that's coming into the fire pit, man. I hope everyone has had a blessed and safe weekend. Unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, we can't say the same for Miss Wanda Smith. That's right, y'all. Hit the like button as I've been getting a lot of information on the back end. Not only have I been getting a lot of information on the back end, fire starters. All right, I have been getting a lot of requests. Okay, a lot of demands because people, okay, demand, people want, people deserve to know what happened to Miss Wanda Smith, ladies and gentlemen. Not only do people deserve and demand what happened to Wanda Smith, all right? People want to know how can a situation, why would a situation take place like this on her birthday, ladies and gentlemen? All right? Shout out everybody that's coming up in here, all my moderators. I see y'all up in the chat, man. All right. Shout out all the fire starters. Shout out all my members, everybody that's coming up in here. Like I said, man. All right, this is a heavily demanded live, man. All right, and I don't see that many people like really covering it. I see a few things, but like I said, it ain't being broke down right, man. And a lot of people want to know what is going on, what is what. Now, for the ones who ain't familiar with Miss Wanda Smith, okay, she has a history. Not only does she have a history, okay, she also was embedded into people's everyday lives. That's right. Okay. She was embedded into people's everyday lives as she was, okay, the morning talk show host for Atlanta's V103 morning show. Okay. Frank Ski, Tigger, and all the rest of them. Y'all know what it is. Hit the like button, y'all. Let's continue to get in this algorithm. Let's go. Because you best believe GSTV did his fire flame backdrop information. And I need all y'all up in here to hit this like button, man. So we can get the awareness out, share this, so we can get the information out to the people. All right. Not only that, man. All right. Miss Wanda Smith, okay, is also very known for that situation that happened with Katt Williams. As when Katt Williams, okay, was brought on her show for an interview. You know what I mean? Things kind of went left real quick, which ultimately led up to a situation with Wanda Smith's husband and Katt Williams. One thing led to another, and a gun was pulled out. Hit the like button, y'all. Okay, strategic. It's a lot of information that start to resurface about everything that's going on. Okay, not only that, y'all. All right, like I said, something very strange is going on. Can we all admit, let's just keep it 100, man. Is there something in the water down there in Atlanta, y'all? Hit the like button, man. Shout out to everybody down there in Georgia, Atlanta, all the zones, okay? Savannah, Decatur, all in and around them parts, okay? Shout out to all my good people out there. But man, it's just something in the water. It's just something in the water out there. Okay, because we are starting to see this more and more, ain't we, y'all? We get no details. Okay, they just pop up one day, and this is what we get. Okay, we listen to someone every day of our lives, or if we don't listen to them every day of our lives, what we would do is look for them on social media and things like that, you know. But it's crazy when you can just wake up in the morning and you go to Google, okay? Hit the like button, y'all. Shout out to everybody up in here. I appreciate y'all, okay? Show ain't start yet. We just warming up, okay? It's a shame. We wake up and this is all we get. Prayers up, okay? Now, once again, man, I would like to send the whole Fire Starter family, the whole Fire Flame Nation, would like to send the condolences to the family, all right? But like I said, man, we are starting to see a lot more of this, okay? As it says, prayers up. Atlanta radio host and comedian Wanda Smith reportedly passes away, okay, without no type of information. What happened? What was going on? What led up to this? How? Hold on. It was her birthday, y'all. Let's not forget that part. Hit the like button. Not only that, man. All right. Like I said, y'all, something very strange is going on in and around down there in Atlanta. Okay, we all can admit that. And like I said, you can see the difference in Wanda's energy over the past, I was going on like 2 months, y'all. Hit the like button now. For the ones who know, Wanda is always active on her social media. Shout out to everybody up in here, man. I appreciate y'all, man. I need y'all to continue to hit this like button so we can get up in this algorithm, man. All right. Let's make the likes match the views and make the views match the likes. All right. On her birthday. All right. Now, like I said, man, Wanda's last, basically, one of Wanda's last posts on her social media was the Rich Homie Quan, y'all. Hit the like button as I strategically get ready to start breaking this shit down. Let's go. Like nobody else can do this shit. All right, let's go. Where my fire starters at? Drop y'all fire and TVs in the chat. Okay, it's that time again. All right, it's that time again. Now, like I said, for the ones who are familiar with Miss Wanda Smith, they know Miss Wanda Smith is always active on social media. Okay, not like super heavily active, but she's always like active. All right. But over the past, I would say going on like a good month, y'all. All right. Everyone can start to see the change in Wanda's energy. Shout out to everybody that's coming up in here, man. A lot of people don't know that we are going live about this situation. Okay, it was heavily demanded, and a lot of people in Atlanta want to know what is going on. And GFTV is here to bring the fire and the flame to the people. Okay, now, like I said, y'all, Wanda, okay, suspiciously died on her birthday. I'm even hearing y'all, sources are even saying that Wanda possibly was dead before her birthday. All right? Something just ain't right. Now, like I said, man, if y'all are familiar with Wanda, y'all know Wanda stay active on social media. All right? Okay, but round about the beginning of August, round about the middle of August, things started to change, y'all. This is what I said. This is about 2 months now. Okay, we started to see a different type. of pattern in Wanda Smith activity on her social media pages. Okay, specifically, okay, Facebook and IG. All right, for some strange reason. Now, listen, man. All right, shout out everybody that's coming up in here because it is a lot going on with this situation. And over here, we want to make sure we get it right, as close to right as possible, to get the most accurate information as possible. As y'all know, we are strategic with our information. We are one of the channels and platforms that actually release information before the mainstream media actually plaster it, before other bloggers start to follow up on things. Now, like I said, it's been some rumors going on with what's going on with Wanda and her husband. All right. Now, I'm quite sure for the ones who live down there in Atlanta, y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. All right. First of all, okay, we're going to make sure we show everybody, okay, who Miss Wanda Smith husband is. Shout out to everybody that's coming up in here. Continue to hit the like button. A lot of people not familiar, but a lot of people is familiar. And if you ain't familiar, you will get familiar. All you have to do is hit the like button, sit back, relax, and watch GFTV and the Fire Starters do our thing. Now, like I said, a lot of people is familiar with her husband due to the fact with the Katt Williams situation. All right. And like I said, man, we're going to be getting into everything. All right. And not only is we going to be getting into everything, like I said, man, it's been some problems going on the back end with Wanda and her husband has been going through some things on the inside, yo. All right. Okay. Allegedly, um, it was some things that was being said over the past couple of years about Wanda's weight. Hit the like button, y'all. Y'all know GFTV know what I'm talking about. Okay, as her husband, okay, wasn't too happy or satisfied with the way Wanda was, you know what I mean, figure or anything like that. You know what I mean? Which I honestly believe that has nothing to do with anything. As long as someone has that good, solid heart, you know what I mean? That's all that counts. Okay, because everything that look good to you ain't good for you. Can I get a like on that? Everything that look good to you, damn sure ain't good for you. All right? I'm just keeping it real. Now, it has been a situation that has came up about Wanda's husband having a problem with her weight and wanting her to lose weight. As we've seen over the past couple of years, Wanda has dropped weight drastically. Okay? All right, hit the like button, y'all. A lot of people were saying, okay, y'all is not going to get this information nowhere because I am strategic. I am one of the best to do this. As we are going to make real life matters, make real life sense. Now, they were saying that Wanda was on the Ozempic pill, y'all. I mean, on the Ozempic. Hit the like button, y'all. Okay, GFTV know exactly what it is and what it ain't. And we done heard about the dangers of that Ozempic situation, right, y'all? Shout out all my fire starters, hawkers, walkers, and stalkers. I see y'all up in here, every moderator, every flaming raider, every member, every fire starter, hawker, walker, and stalker. I see y'all. I am not ignoring y'all. I'm just really focused in on what we about to break down. All right, as we done been hearing about more and more people, more and more celebs, more and more people in and around that space dealing with this Ozempic situation, right? taking advantage of this Ozempic situation. Okay, one day they're 500 pounds, 2 days later they 105 pounds. All right, can't be healthy. All right, this shit is dropping weight off of people quicker than crack in the 80s. All right, something can't be right with that damn pen. But like I said, I don't know how true this is, but action speaks louder than words. As we done seen Wanda Smith, the ones who are familiar with Wanda know her weight loss has dropped drastically, very, very rapidly. Okay? Very, very rapidly, very, very fast. Almost to the point it looks unhealthy. Almost to the point, like I'm saying, okay? I'm not taking nothing away from Wanda and her spirit. I believe that she was a beautiful person and is a beautiful person. Okay, but we know the side effects of these type of situations when they occur. Okay, and you can see when some people start to lose weight, it actually don't look right on them. You know what I'm saying? Like you could tell that the way they lost the weight was unhealthy. You know what I'm saying? So Wanda, I'm hearing Wanda started going into some deep depression, y'all. All right, hit the like button. Now, like I said, they said that her husband was possibly cheating on her. Hit the like button, y'all. Shout out everybody that's coming up in here. I appreciate y'all. Okay? Like I said, man, a lot of people will be in denial. But let me tell y'all something. We living in the days of revelations. Right now, it's not the time to be in denial about a motherfucking thing, about what's going on the devil's playground. In the devil's playground. Literally. All right? Like this is real rap. We are starting to see more and more things come out that we never thought would actually come out and literally plaster us in the face. And we starting to see it more and more and more at a rapid rate. Now look, y'all, peep this, right? Like I said, Wanda turned 58 on Saturday, y'all. Okay, and she didn't make not one post on her IG. Hit the like button as we strategically break this shit up. Okay, like I'm saying, y'all, Wanda stays active on her social media sites. Okay, not only do Wanda stay active on her social media sites, like I said, man, for going on about 2 months, her activity has changed drastically. Okay, and one of her last posts, okay, was the Rich Homie Quan situation and the Rich Homie Quan post, as her and Rich Homie Quan had a friendship on the back end. You know what I mean? I guess they was cool, close friends. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, y'all, okay, Wanda never posted nothing on her birthday. Shout out everybody up in here. Thank you, thank you, one true empress. Okay, I feel as though this was heavily needed and definitely deserved. All right, Wanda never posted nothing on her birthday, y'all. Let's go. What the fuck is going on? What is being hidden? Okay, Frank Ski, Big Tigger, all the rest of them. Okay, what's the other one name? Yeah, best believe we on them. DJ Greg Street. All right, okay. Y'all can get on the radio and talk about everything else, but now one of y'all co-hosts, literally just dead out the blue, and ain't nobody got shit to say. Okay, but Frank Ski has something to say. All right, but like I said, the energy don't be matching, y'all. For someone that has shared so many memories with someone, for someone that has shared so much life with someone, hit the like button, y'all. It's about to get crazy now. For someone that has been around someone and shared so many memories, shared so many life, shared so much stories. Like I said, y'all, the energy don't be matching. All right? Shout out Miss Duvall, man. All right? For being the first superstar of the show. Thank you, Mr. Duvall, for everything you do over here, everything you have been doing. Okay? I am so appreciative of you. All right? And I wouldn't have it no other way. All right? Thank you for sponsoring and endorsing this live. All right? Now, like I said, y'all, the energy don't be matching with these people. Just like we seen the energy with Rich Homie Quan and his family. And the man dead on the floor with his fucking eyes open. Everybody sitting there like ain't nothing going the fuck on, right? Okay, so now we got Big Ski. Okay, Frank Ski sends a tribute. Shout out everybody up in here. Hit the like button, man. And like I said, the energy just don't be matching. Let's go.
I know a lot of people been calling me and asking me and sending out condolences about Wanda. It's been a very difficult 24 hours. I actually got the call yesterday
Hear that?
at about 4 o'clock, and I just needed 24 hours to process everything in my mind and what I really wanted to say. I was actually in my yard doing my son Paxton's christening and having friends and family over to see the baby. And I got that call, and it's kind of been, God is something else. It's been that way. I was at my son's going home back in May, and then 2 days later, my son Paxton was born. Right before, this happened last weekend, I got a call that my nephew, who was 8 years old, passed away on the playground. It's just been a lot of death, and it's been really hard, trying to stay up for everybody, and just haven't really had time to process it all like I really wanted to. And now I find myself, even yesterday at Paxton's christening, I found myself crying, publicly in front of everybody, because it's difficult, when you lose somebody you love. And Wanda was definitely somebody that I really loved. I actually first saw Wanda back in '96. I had come to Atlanta to sit in with Mike Roberts on his show just to learn how to do a morning show. And that night we went out to a club in the underground in Atlanta. I wasn't even living in Atlanta. And I saw this woman come on.
Let's go, y'all. Let's get them likes up over 100, man. Okay, let's flame this up, man. All right, let's talk about this because it needs to be talked about. All right, shout out everybody that's coming up in here. The show is just getting started. Trust me, y'all ain't missed a motherfucking thing yet. All right, we just getting started. But I need y'all to do y'all work. All right, and that's all y'all have to do is hit that like button. Let these views match this like so we can get the awareness out about this situation because something strange is going on down there in Atlanta. All right. And no, I'm not saying everybody down there in Atlanta is fucked up. No, 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 no. But we know one bad apple spoils a bunch. We have fucked up people everywhere. And the fucked up part about it, we have fucked up people amongst good people. Okay. So you have to know how to decipher the two. Okay. And with that being said, like I said, the energy of Frank Ski is not matching. As we just heard the man just say what, y'all? What we just heard the man just say. He known Wanda since 1996. All right? Do it look like he got a emotional bone in his body right now about Wanda Smith, y'all? Let's just keep it real. Okay? All right? Let's just keep it real. All right, but with that being said, man, all right, we gonna continue to get the awareness out about the situation. Because, like I said, the things that I'm going to reveal today in and around this is going to blow your mind. Like I said, yo, Wanda never posted on her birthday. No one seen Wanda on her birthday, y'all. Hit the like button. Nobody. And down there in Atlanta, y'all know I'm on y'all ass now. Pause. All right? What happened to Wanda? Where is Wanda's husband? And why is he ducking and hiding? Matter of fact, where's Wanda kids? Don't Wanda have some sons or something like that? Okay? All right? Like I said, for Wanda Smith to be embedded in people's everyday lives. Remember, she was a morning show radio host. People wake up, go to work, and listen to this woman on a daily basis. That means the public demands to know what happened to Wanda. Point blank. All right? And like I said, y'all, Wanda has not been seen on her birthday either. Wanda did not make no birthday posts on her IG, y'all. All right? That is very unusual of Wanda. If you go back on all Wanda's other birthdays, you will see that she always posts on her birthday. All right? No one's seen Wanda or heard from Wanda. All right? Where is Wanda? Like I said, you could go to the Facebook page. You can see some of the posters that's from immediate family. Immediate family is shocked. Like, when this happened, how this happened, when. Okay? No one has any explanations about what's going on. And I find that very strange. Where was Wanda Smith on her birthday? Nobody seen Wanda or heard from Miss Wanda Smith on her birthday. Not only that, the next day she's pronounced dead. Hit the like button, y'all. Let's go. Fuck P. Diddy. That bitch can die where he stand or stand where he die. Let's talk about some real shit that needs some more awareness. Because like I say, I find it very odd and very strange. And y'all know about the rumors that been going on about with her husband, right? Like I said when I first started this show this morning. All right? I said it was already out there in the air what was going on with Wanda and her husband. Okay? And how Wanda's self-esteem started to fall in. I'm quite sure, ladies, if you can relate, if you had one of them type of no good type niggas in your life that try to lower your self-esteem, you know what I mean? All right. So this was what was taking place with Wanda and her husband, as I'm hearing. Okay, he was demanding Wanda to lose weight. Okay, he was demanding Wanda to lose weight. And like I said, y'all, if y'all are familiar with Miss Wanda, y'all can clearly see that the weight loss was rapid. This is sad, yo. Okay, it looks like this woman went to any degree, any boundary to satisfy her husband to lose that weight, no matter what she had to do. Because I'm quite sure maybe this has came up in the past. And for all of a sudden, for her to just drop this weight so fast and so quick at a rapid pace, it shows that something else is going on. Something else is going on, y'all. Okay? It doesn't take a rocket scientist. Not only that, okay? Wanda Smith never showed us, like her journey, like, like in the gym, working out, her journey to weight loss. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so like I said, it don't take a rocket scientist. Like I said, I heard that it was the Ozempic. Exactly, Coach the Kid. I said that from the gate. Right, he need to lose some weight his goddamn self. Right, Green Eyes? Okay, he big as a motherfucker. Talking about she need to lose some weight. Okay, but peep this, y'all. We know that Ozempic pen. Not only has it been taking the weight off of people, it's been taking the life out of people. Hit the like button. Having it, having it, and having it seems like they've been trying to cover that shit up with these alleged deaths related to this Ozempic situation. Yes, it's many going on. Many cases going on around the nation, y'all, about deaths related to the Ozempic, okay, side effects of the underlying health issues related to the Ozempic. Now, I'm hearing Wanda, like I said, man, Wanda has been, you know what I mean, not active like she used to be. All right, and a lot of people were saying that that was possibly coming from some type of depression she was going through because some shit on the inside that was going on. For the ones who don't know, Wanda never been the same since the Katt Williams situation. As I strategically start to break this down, y'all, let's go. Like nobody else can do this shit. Okay, I am one of the best. Let's go. Get the likes up. Okay, it's plenty of people in Atlanta and in Georgia. All right, plenty family and friends that would like to know and hear this breakdown. And we right here to bring it to them. All right. Okay, now a lot of people don't know that Miss Wanda never really been the same after this incident that happened with Katt Williams, y'all. Hit the like button. Strategic drop. Here we go. Okay, it was the infamous interview on V103 in the morning, okay, with Katt Williams that changed Wanda Smith and her husband's life forever. That's right. Let's go, y'all. Let's go. I told y'all I am one of the best to do this shit. Shout out to my superstars of the show, Mr. Ball, for sponsoring and endorsing. Mr. Ball again for $2 sponsoring and endorsing. And of course, Captain Isabella Spyro, one of my day ones, man. You definitely deserve a wrench. Be on the lookout for that, man. Thank you for sponsoring and endorsing this live, Captain Isabella Spyro. Okay, now look, y'all. It was this interview right here, right along, right or wrong, true, right, true. It was this interview right here that changed Wanda Smith for life. Not only was it this interview right here that changed Wanda Smith for life, it was the escapades that happened after the interview. You see, this interview was actually, the ingredients that was getting thrown in the pot. Okay. But it was the escapades after the situation that served the full course meal, if y'all understand what I'm saying. All right. So Wanda goes and interviews Katt Williams, y'all. Okay. And the interview goes left really quick. All right. Not only does the interview goes left really quick, y'all, okay, it leads to Katt Williams roasting the shit out of Wanda Smith. Really bad. I'm talking about really, really, really bad, and a lot of people felt as though, like in this interview, she was going a little bit too far. And let me just make this clear, okay? Everybody had their different opinions about Wanda and her personality, and you know what I mean, how she affected them. Some people wasn't too fond of her. Some people were. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, this is someone's life here. But you best believe we're going to cover every aspect. No placemat on the table will be left unturned, y'all. Okay? I can promise you that. All right? But check it out. Katt Williams did her dirty. Fucked her up. I don't think she ever recovered. I don't think she ever recovered. And by Katt Williams actually, you know what I mean? Because she was trying to play Katt Williams about his Netflix deal and a lot of other little side cheap little shit that she was throwing at. Not only that, y'all, she brought Katt Williams' kids up too. Hit the like button as I strategically break this down. Why Katt Williams went in so hard the way he did. Okay, a lot of people felt as though, oh, Katt, he went too far. But you have to remember, they agreed before the interview happened not to bring my kids up and nothing. And she went the other way, brung his kids up, and shit went all the way left. Okay, and like I said, this fucked Wanda up emotionally, physically, spiritually. Okay, because her spirit was never the same again. Not only that, ever since Katt Williams has got this rebranding with this big ass interview on Shay Shay, it just adds more light to that situation again. Okay, as we see, even in her death, this is bringing the Katt Williams situation back in and back up. Okay, all right. Now, like I said, it went so far on this interview to the point where as though her husband, okay, and Katt Williams wound up getting into an altercation, y'all. Okay, an altercation that led to guns being pulled out. Okay, um, also led to Wanda Smith losing her job at V103. And like I said, when you lose your job from an occupation that you are literally a staple in, and you mean so much to people's everyday lives when they wake up every day, it can really be an emotional breakdown that you can may never recover from. Okay, you can never recover from that. Okay, when you so used to be inspiring and being a word for people every day, and then all of a sudden it's just gone, it's taken from you. Okay, you could go into serious depression. All right. Especially if you ain't got no good support system. And we could definitely tell her husband was a support shit system because he was so focused on her weight. Okay. But her husband pulls a gun. Okay. But let's get into this. Okay. One of the most recognizable voices on the morning radio in Atlanta has been abruptly muted. It is a new year, and there will be a new staff of personalities on V103, Frank and Wanda. You see? Y'all know who Frank is? The motherfucker who I just said don't look like he too emotionally or too hurt about this situation at all. Okay? That's how long they've been in the game. That's right. But let's continue. All right? Okay. Wanda Smith. Okay. Frank and Wanda in the morning. And the new name of the show will and the new name to the show as Wanda and Miss Sophia were fired from the popular morning radio show. Okay, both personalities were long-standing co-hosts with Frank Ski, with large loyal followings. This is why I'm doing this live because I know Wanda has a big, huge, loyal following. Okay, and I was heavily demanded to cover this. All right. Okay, Smith. had been with the station for more than 2 decades. Y'all hear this, right? 2 decades. And co-hosted the show with Ryan Cameron until he left 1 year ago. Sophia enjoyed nearly 5 years in the game at V103. Okay? All right? So, like I said, Wanda Smith's departure comes in the aftermath of the infamous blow up with the superstar comedian Katt Williams late last year. All right, Williams, okay, squared Smith after their seemingly, okay, I told you, I told you y'all, they were going back and forth. He did us so dirty, okay, he did us so dirty. Okay, and it went viral very quick. All right. And like I said, the husband pulled out the gun, y'all, on Katt Williams at another location. All right. And it all was on video. Shout out to everybody that's up in here, man. I appreciate y'all. All my fire starters, hawkers, walkers, and stalkers, man. Okay. All right. Check it out. That same weekend, Williams and Smith confronted one another in the parking lot, leading to the Atlanta Comedy Club, okay, in Norcross, Georgia. Smith's husband, Lamaris Sellers, reportedly stepped in and was prepared to check Williams as he reportedly brandished a firearm. Okay, all right. So, like I said, what's in the water down there in Atlanta in Gwinnett County? Okay, and I had some exclusive footage, you know, um, a little bit of that altercation that was allegedly taking place. Okay, we can see Katt Williams right there. We can see Wanda and her husband. Okay, and he telling her to lose weight. You see this pot belly motherfucker? Y'all see this, right? Hit the like button. Unbelievable. Look at this. He telling her to lose weight. Okay, but look. Okay, so this is the Katt Williams situation with her husband. As you see her and her friends sitting there laughing, thinking that it's a joke, it's a game. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, that cost Wanda, okay, a serious, serious situation in her life, whereas the she happened to get fired, and her life has never been the same since. Okay, and like I said, by Katt Williams actually hitting Shay Shay, getting more attention, all right, you best to believe that ain't make it no better for Miss Wanda Smith. Now, like I said, y'all, everybody that's coming up in here wants to ain't up to speed. Wanda Smith just turned 58 Saturday. All right. Can y'all hear me loud and clear? Drop a one in the chat if y'all can hear me loud and clear. Shout out to all my fire starters, all my sponsors, and my endorsers, man. Thank you, Miss Duvall, man, for everything you doing over here. Thank you so much. Okay, we loud and clear. Thank you. Okay, all right. So yo, check it out. Wanda just turned 58 on her birthday. All right. Check this shit out. They saying she died a day after her birthday. They're a motherfucking lie, y'all. Hit the like button. They're a lie. They're a lie. We know they're a lie, and the truth ain't in them. They're a motherfucking lie. Talking about Wanda died a day after her birthday. Motherfuckers ain't seen Wanda in about a week. Wanda's whole energy has changed on social media, the way she interact with her friends and her family. And like I said, something weird and strange is going on. And like I said, man, I feel as though Frank Ski, okay, like I said, I don't know what's in the water down there. Oh, they fucking with the live. They fucking with the live, y'all. This is how you know we get them. Okay? Yeah, we got them, y'all. Okay? Hit the like button. I need everybody to continue to hit the like button. I need everybody to hit the like button. Okay? Because they fucking with our live right now. Okay? Because they do not want us dropping this information, bro. Okay? Hit that like button, y'all. Let's go. Okay? For real, I can't get over 100 likes, but y'all up in here listening, but can't hit the like button. I don't want to hear that y'all watching from a TV, because y'all can hit the like button from the TV too. Respectfully, y'all. Let's go. What are we waiting on? What are we waiting on? You see, they don't want us dropping this information, right? Y'all ain't getting this nowhere else. Even V103 ain't talking about it. And she worked for them for 2 fucking decades. You think they give a fuck about Wanda? I'm just keeping it real. It shouldn't take someone like me to come up here and talk about this. It should be everybody in fucking Atlanta should be talking about this right now. Smash that like button. Shout out everybody up in here. Okay? Like I said, soon as I pull this shit up right here, okay, they start fucking with the live. Okay, because I got the receipts. Okay, look, they fuck with my shit real heavy. Okay? They done slowed me down bad. Check it out, y'all. They say Wanda died the day after her birthday. They a lie. Hit the like button. If y'all get kicked out, just kindly come back in. They say Wanda died a day after her birthday. When I'm telling y'all, okay, I'm hearing that Wanda was possibly dead before her birthday. Okay? Oh yeah, they definitely fucking with us, y'all. All right? Because she never made one post on her birthday at all, which was very unusual. Which is very unusual, y'all. Yo, they fucking with my shit bad. They fucking with us bad, yo. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Am I good? Am I loud and clear? They fucking with us bad right now, y'all. Okay? Because they know I'm about to release some shit. They know I'm about to release some shit, y'all. Okay? Like I said, they claiming Wanda dies after her birthday. Nobody knows how she died. Nobody know where she died. Okay? Like I said, I went, look, you see, right? Wow. This is crazy. They definitely fucking with it real bad. Hello? Testing, testing. Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, y'all. Wow. This shit crazy. Oh, yeah, yeah. Shout out everybody up in here, man. I apologize for the technical difficulties, but they is fucking with my shit real bad right now. Give me 2 seconds, y'all. Testing, testing. Are we back? Are we back? Hit the like button, y'all. Hit the like button, man. They fucking with the live very heavy, man. Give me 1 second. Let me bring everything back up. Okay, I had to shut the whole system down. Okay? Yup. Now we're gonna work even harder because now we know what they're trying to hide, just like we always suspected. Just like I was saying from the jump, right? Didn't I say that? Okay, every time we start digging deep holes into these situations. All right? They start fucking with the live, they start kicking people out the lives, all that, right? This is how you know they don't want this information out. It's too fucking bad. Hit the like button, y'all. That's why I said I done my work. That's why I be needing y'all to do y'all's. Okay, because I know the work is strategic. Okay, the breakdown is immaculate. Shout out everybody up in here. Okay, I appreciate y'all, all my fire starters, hawkers, walkers, and stalkers, man. All right, let me turn my V my VPN on. Give me 1 second, y'all. Shout out to all my endorsers and my sponsors too, man. Shout out everybody up in here, man. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. I'm nothing without y'all, and we are nothing without each other. All right? Know that, man. From the heart, from the start. Thank y'all, all my moderators and flamerators, all my members, fire starters, hawkers, walkers, and stalkers for being patient with me. Okay, as we break this shit down. All right. Back where we left off. Where Chris Brown said, you don't know. Back to the crib. We headed back to the crib. Okay. Atlanta. Radio show host. Comedian. Wanda Smith dies on her birthday. Dies a day after birthday. Y'all see this, right? Okay. And like I said, Wanda never posted anything on her birthday. I'm still here, y'all. Yo, they are really giving me problems. Let me get this. Yo, we having problems, y'all. This gotta go. Shout out everybody up in here, man. I'm Testing. Can y'all hear me out there, yo? Yo. They do not like us today, y'all. We on their ass, bro. They don't like us today, yo. I'm talking about, yo. This shit literally froze my whole system up. And y'all know my shit never do that. Okay? So let's try this again, y'all. Whole shit froze up. Alright. Popular Atlanta host, okay, Wanda Smith, on her birthday, dies day after her birthday. And like I said, y'all, all right, once again, I apologize. All right, they're trying to throw us off, trying to throw us off topic, trying to what? Stop us from getting closer and closer to the truth, okay? But as long as y'all keep continuing to hit that like button, all right, they got a motherfucking problem. That's it, and that's all. As long as y'all continue to hit that motherfucking like button, they got a motherfucking problem. Alright? Because we ain't going no motherfucking where. We ain't going nowhere slash Diddy. Alright? So with that being said, okay? Wanda Smith never posted a motherfucking thing on her birthday. Okay? Not only that, she never posted nothing on her IG. All right, her last post was this post, okay? Right here, okay? Which I don't even know if this is her or not. I don't even think this is her. I don't even know who this person is, but I don't think it's Wanda, okay? I don't think this person right here is Wanda, okay? But this was her last post, okay? September the 7th. And I told y'all over the past couple of months, her activity and her energy has changed drastically on her social media pages. Okay? As we see how small Wanda has gotten. Okay? Hit the like button. They're saying Wanda was stressed out. They say Wanda was in a dark place. They say Wanda had cheating situations going on. Her husband was cheating on her. Okay? Ozempic situations. All kinds of theories going on. And like I said, it was the infamous interview that changed her life forever. Okay? With Katt Williams. It was the infamous interview that changed her life forever. Okay? Which led her husband to pulling out a gun, led to her losing her fucking job, her career, okay, which ultimately led into deep depression. Okay? She never recovered from that situation. Shout out everybody that's coming up in here, okay? Okay? Okay, she was promoting her hairstylist. Okay. All right. That's about right. Okay. Like I said, Wanda never posted anything on her birthday at all. On Facebook, nothing. Okay? No one, a lot of friends and family I'm hearing on the back and say Wanda, you know what I mean, wasn't staying in contact like she was, okay, like she used to do. Okay. They say ever since, like I said, yo, ever since that interview with the Katt Williams situation, all right, Wanda Smith has not been the same. Okay, and I think that we all can agree on that situation. Not only can we all agree on that situation, I think we all can agree that something terminally ill is going on here. I believe somebody is hiding something. Okay? Nope. Miss Duvall, she never recovered from that. Okay? never recovered from that. Okay? Yep. Okay, shout out everybody that's coming up in here, man, as I start to release more vital information strategic. Okay? Now, like I said, Wanda and her husband, okay? We don't all heard the rumors. We all done heard the cheating rumors. Okay? This has been lingering in and around for a while. A lot of people know that. Okay, it was even being said that her husband was no longer attracted to her anymore. Her husband was no longer into her anymore. Okay, and honestly, since this Cat Williams situation, it has tore their marriage apart. Hit the like button. You see, we strategic. People have no idea what this Cat Williams situation actually did to their marriage on the inside. Can you imagine what they went through? All the money that was lost, okay? All the sponsors that was pulled from her side for her benefit on her behalf. All the things that she built over the last 2 decades all came crumbling down in a matter of 2 seconds, all because her husband wanted to be hot headed. Okay, but you have to ask yourself, as we got the evidence, we got the video. We see Wanda and her friends sitting there laughing like it's a joke when the situation is going down. Okay, she did nothing to prevent it. Okay, she didn't try to stop her husband. Okay, okay, as you see Katt Williams, you see she didn't try to stop her husband. You see, her legs are sitting there crossed. Okay, like go on, do what you do. Go on with your bad self. Okay? I ain't got a worry in the world. I ain't got an occupation or a profession to worry about. Like I said, y'all, we go cover this shit from every angle. All right? She's sitting there because she got her ass handed to her in that interview. Okay? And she felt so bad. This was her only way of getting some satisfaction. Can we all agree? Shout out everybody up in here. All right? This is her only way of getting some satisfaction by watching this take place. Watch as they continue to laugh and grin. Okay? Look, she's laughing, grinning. Okay? Husband runs after him. She didn't try to stop him. She didn't even budge. Right there. You know your husband has a loaded weapon on him. You ain't even try to budge or even try to stop him. You see? And consequences came behind all this. Not only did consequences come behind all this, a lot of money was lost, your job was lost, your reputation was lost. And like I said, she never recovered from this shit ever since. Okay, shout out everybody up in here. All right, she ain't got a worry in the world, right, Angela? Okay, so this is crazy work. Okay, thank you, Miss Duvall, for renewing your membership, Drip Advisory. Also, thank you for becoming a member over here. Thank you for all the love and the support. I appreciate you being a fire starter, hawker, walker, or stalker. Cyrus. Okay, I appreciate you. My boy for the $5 super sticker super chat. Thank you for endorsing and sponsoring this live, man. You too, Mr. Vol, Captain Isabella Spyro, Mr. Vol again, and Mr. Vol again for the 5-piece, man. Appreciate it, man. All right. Good things come to those who wait, man. All right. I believe in that wholeheartedly. All right. Yep. Wanda is laughing. Okay. But you know what I find very crazy, y'all? Hit the like button. All right. Frank Ski does an a farewell live with no type. Yo. Anyway, Big Tigger also does, you know what I mean, a farewell RIP post. Okay? But this guy right here, DJ Green Street. Okay? DJ Green Street didn't make not one post about Miss Wanda Smith, y'all. Hit the like button. All right? Now, we talking about 16 hours ago. We talking about 16 hours ago, y'all. Okay? Atlanta's very own Wanda Smith, 2 decades in on that morning show. And DJ Green Street ain't even pay his respects to Miss Wanda. Like I said, we got Frank Ski, fake ass, farewell live to Miss Wanda. We got Big Tigger, okay? He posts a picture and he tags DJ Green Street in it, okay? But when you go to DJ Green Street's page itself, he hasn't done not one RIP post for Miss Wanda Smith at all, which I find very odd and damn right, very strange. Okay? What is going on here? All right? Not only what is going on here, you can look at his face. All right? With this situation. As he want to know, what the hell is going on here? And like I said, I find it very odd, very strange. They are keeping this from the public. Why? Why? Is it something they don't want us to know? Because like I said, man, I'm hearing Wanda was dead before her birthday. That's why she didn't make a birthday post. And like I said, we're starting to see more and more activities like this run a line. Oh, we wake up, Mariah Carey mother and sister is just dead. No service, no nothing. No fucking explanation how they died or anything. When we know for a fact the mother and the sister was missing for months before they even announced their death. And I got the receipts and I showed everybody that. And now this situation right here with Wanda Smith is starting to look similar. As Wanda haven't made any posts on her social media in over a fucking month, y'all. Okay, including her birthday. Not one post. Nowhere. And like I said, I heard that she was going through a lot of depression on the back end and a lot of pressure because of her husband and his fucking weight loss with this Ozempic bullshit. Bad enough, she already lost her fucking career, lost her occupation over, you know what I mean, reacting without thinking that consequences is going to come behind that and fuck your whole life up. Your husband can't replace what you done built. Remember that. Your husband can't replace what you done built from the heart organically. Nobody can replace what one built organically. So she should have known right here, y'all, okay? This very moment, her husband wasn't going to be able to replace what she done built organically, okay? Every morning when she woke Atlanta up, her husband can't replace that. And like I said, ever since that happened, their marriage ain't been right. Cheating rumors, okay? Money ain't been coming in like they wanted it. Like I said, sponsors got pulled, okay? One thing after another, one thing after another, one thing after another. It just seems like she couldn't make the man happy for nothing. Okay, she done lost her whole goddamn career over you. Okay? Something is definitely going on, right, y'all? Shout out everybody up in here. We got 230 plus. I appreciate y'all. If y'all continue to hit the like button, let's get this awareness out. I'm going to be dropping the link in a second. Okay? Because I know where I have been speaking on today about this situation. It's some people down there in Atlanta that is very familiar about some of the things that I have been calling out this morning. Some of the things that a lot of people are probably surprised that I even know what's going on. All right. And I feel as though V103, okay, and the people that actually, okay, in charge over there, since remember, okay, for the ones who don't know, it was actually the people at V103 that actually came out and confirmed this. This what makes this also looks very odd and strange, y'all. Okay? It was the people at see something here. Check it out. Check it out. Strategic drop. Like I said, it was the people at VO3 radio station that announced and confirmed her death, which was very strange. Hit the like button, y'all. We ain't playing with them. When it's the senior vice president announcing her death for y'all, hit the like button. Let's go. Let's talk about it. Okay, I can't even get 150 likes. Shout out everybody up in here. I appreciate y'all. Why did it take for the radio to V103? Why did they have to confirm it? Why was they the first ones with this information as I strategically come in with another bomb? This is why Frank Ski don't look too fucking shocked, right? Do he look surprised that Wanda is dead? No. Let me tell you why he don't look surprised. And you damn right my energy changing and I'm getting louder. Okay? Because hearts is on fire in this motherfucker. Drop the fire hearts in the chat, y'all. Hearts is on fire right now. Okay? And we do this shit over here with a passion. Let me say this again. Do it look like Frank Ski? look surprised or tragically, okay, emotionally upset? Do he look like he's angered? Do it look like he's confused? Do he look like he's surprised that Wanda is dead? No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. You know why, y'all? Because Wanda been dead. Y'all ain't got to believe it. Y'all ain't got to accept it. But I guarantee you, you could do all the fucking research in the world. Okay? Wanda has been MIA for over a fucking month. And these are facts. These are facts. No one seen Wanda for her birthday. No one heard from Wanda on her birthday. None of her kids tagged Wanda for her birthday. Birthday shout out, birthday post. Pay attention, y'all. Pay attention. People think this is a game. Why her sons never did an IG post or a Facebook shout out birthday for their mama. All y'all had to do is use common sense. Why the husband never did an IG post birthday for his wife or a Facebook post, knowing that she is what? Active on social media like that. Okay? All right? Hit the like button. Let's finish getting the likes up. Where is Wanda? What happened to Wanda? And what is going on? And why did they decide to wait to her birthday to announce her death? And what is the chances of someone, okay, unknowingly dying on their birthday? All right? And like I said, it wasn't the family. It wasn't the sons like Drip Advisory just saying in the chat, where the fuck is her boys at? It wasn't her kids. It wasn't her close family member. It wasn't her husband. It was the fucking manager, Rick Caffey, the senior vice president and market manager for fucking V103 radio station that announced the death. I'm getting sacrificial vibes. Allegedly. Why are you announcing her death when she ain't been working for y'all since 2018? Y'all been fired her. Why are you announcing her death? You know, technically she wasn't a part of the V103 family anymore. Who y'all think y'all fooling? She ain't been a part of y'all in over 6 years. So how did you get the information that she was dead? Hit the like button. We about to dig in this shit, y'all. Pause. Fuck is this motherfucker? Okay? Hold on. Let's see what's going on with old Ricky Bobby. Okay? This him. Okay. This is him. This is Rick Caffey. Okay? He was the first one to get the news before anybody. Shout out everybody up in here. Okay? He was the first one to get the information. He was the first one to release that she was dead. He confirmed it. Okay? Just one day after she celebrates her birthday, he confirmed it. Why did he confirm it? Look, it's everywhere. I got this in the bag. I'm telling y'all, I'm one of the best to do this shit. He confirms her death. Why is he confirming her death? Why the husband ain't confirming it? Why the son ain't confirming it? Why her close friends and family not confirming the death? Why is he confirming the death? Shout out everybody up in here. All my fire starters, hawkers, walkers, and stalkers. Strategic drop, Joey. Strategic drop. This is what we're here to do. It's only one. Okay? The excellence of execution. Okay? And like I said, y'all, if Rick Caffey knew this already, right? Can you imagine how many other people at 103 already knew this situation? Can we all agree? Can we all agree this is why Frank Ski don't look too fucking Frank surprised about a motherfucking thing, do he? He don't look too Frank surprised about a motherfucking thing. All right? And like I said, okay, this shit almost make you think, like I said, man, a lot of people don't always want, you know what I mean, to go off of these type of vibes and speculations, man. All right? But it damn sure makes you wonder, okay? It gives you sacrificial vibes, okay? Because the body just disappears. She been gone. I'm telling y'all, she's been missing for over a month. No one has really noticed. She's been missing for over a month, yo. Okay? And like I've been trying to explain to everyone, okay? It was around the middle of August, y'all, where her activity and her social media presence changes. Like I said, where is her friend? Friends for life, right? See what I'm saying? Okay? Check it out. Okay? She wishing, look, help me wish my big sister a happy birthday. Okay? She was wishing someone else a happy birthday. Okay, this was August 28th. Okay, she stayed active on social media. Okay? And all of a sudden, after the rich homie Quan situation, okay, everything just came to an abrupt end. Okay? Everything just came to an abrupt end in both spaces, even on Facebook. Okay? Friends and family is heavily confused. No one knows what's going on. Okay? Everyone is shocked. Okay? All right? This took everybody by surprise. Okay? And like I said, this is the one that everybody knows. Okay? No disrespect. You know what I mean? The healthy, chunky, big boned Wanda. Okay? This is the Wanda everyone is familiar with. Even though one's soul and heart don't change, no matter how their own body is shaped. Okay, it's on the inside that counts, but ultimately her husband didn't feel the same fucking way. Hit the like button. Ultimately, her husband didn't feel the same way. And this is what led to the rapid weight loss. Ozempic. Okay? I'm even hearing some people is telling me that she even went and had the yeah, Kanye West mama type procedure. Okay, I don't know how true that is. Okay, but I'm getting on the back end that it was Ozempic that made her lose this weight loss so rapidly. Okay, shout out everybody up in here. Okay, it was the Ozempic pen, y'all. But look, like I said, okay, the the infamous situation with Katt Williams and her husband that changed her life forever would possibly lead to this downward spiral. Not only that, y'all know that this situation with her and Katt Williams, okay, also costed V103 a couple dollars too, right? Okay, which ultimately led to V103 firing Wanda Smith. Okay, over that. And like I said, who knows what was one's intentions on the back end? Because, like I say, I find it very odd, very strange. The vice president of V103 announces her death. He confirmed it. He confirmed it. Okay? All right. And let me give y'all Frank Nitty's story. Give me 2 seconds. Right here. Let me give y'all Frank Ski Line ass story. Let's go, y'all.
And sending out condolences about Wanda. It's been a very difficult 24 hours.
Lion
I actually
ass.
got the call yesterday
See that? Actually
at
got
about
the
4
call.
o'clock.
See
And
that?
I just needed
I actually got the call. Yeah, he got it before everybody. You see this? Okay. You see this? How did he know? How did he know? And like I said, for you to sit next to that woman for 2 fucking decades every fucking morning, y'all done went out to lunch, ate dinner. Quite sure y'all done had different types of, you know what I mean, family situations. You know what I mean? You just looking too suspect. Let's go, y'all. Hit the like button, drop y'all fire TVs in the chat. As GSTV and Fire Starters, Hawkers, Walkers, and Stalkers, we're going to continue to stop, step, and stand on the situation. Ill vibes going on with this situation. Let's go.
24 hours to process everything in my mind and what I really wanted to say. I was actually in my yard doing my son Paxton's christening and having friends and family over to see the baby. And I got that call. And it's kind of been, you know, God is something else. It's been that way. I was at my son's going home back in May. And then 2 days later, my son Paxton was born. Right before, this happened last weekend, I got a call that my nephew, who was 8 years old, passed away on the playground. just been a lot of death, and it's been really hard, you know, trying to stay up for everybody, and just haven't really had time to process it all like I really wanted to. And now I find myself, even yesterday at Paxton's christening, I found myself crying, you know, publicly in front of everybody, because it's difficult, you know, when you lose somebody you love. And Wanda was
Yeah, but
definitely
you ain't crying
somebody
now.
that I really loved.
Lying
I
ass.
actually first saw Wanda back in '96. I had come to Atlanta to sit in with Mike Roberts on his show just to learn how to do a morning show. And that night we went out to a club in the underground in Atlanta. I wasn't even living in Atlanta. And I saw this woman come on stage. She had a Hennessy in her hand with a red straw, and she was sipping on the Hennessy and that gold tooth in the front. And she was funny as hell. And I said, if I ever do a morning show here, that's who I want. And look at God. A couple years later, I got to take over for Mike Roberts when he retired. And they came to me and said, hey, we got an idea. We know this girl named Wanda who's been sitting in with Mike Roberts. I said, absolutely, absolutely. And then we started back in 1998. We went from 98 to 2013 and had #1 ratings. We were #1 for 15 years. And I say we because me and her, it wasn't me. It was just the both of us together, the synergy that we had. When I was low, she was high. When she was low, I was high. We basically encouraged each other, but we each had a gift. And her gift that I had to learn was empathy to people. She taught me that. Wanda cared about the people that didn't really have. And I think it's because she never forgot where she came from.
He's too
She
calm.
never forgot. Whenever
He's too calm, y'all. He too calm. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. For you to know somebody this fucking long, for you to be sharing all these, okay, prestigious memories, okay? Like you really done took a big loss, like you done really done ripped a piece of your heart out. It sure doesn't look like it, okay? You look very satisfied for some reason, okay? It could this possibly be a part of one's move up in rank some type of way. Okay, because we all know, like I said, man, we hate to always, you know what I mean, have to go down this road. Okay, but the road is always, okay, right in front of us. They put it in our face every time. We know when ones move up, ones must move down. He even just said it, okay? When she's high, I'm low. And when she's low, I'm high. So understand, all right? One must get low in order for one to get high. One must move down in order for one to move up. Understand as I strategically break this down, one must be wiped out in order for one to be wiped on. Understand that, okay? All right. So, like I said, could it just be some type of sacrificial lamb situation? Because, like I said, it wasn't the family that came out about this. It wasn't the husband. It wasn't the son. It wasn't her best friend. It wasn't a sister. It wasn't someone that she talked to every day. It was somebody at the fucking radio station. The fucking president of the radio station that she hasn't worked for in 6 fucking years. Come on. She hasn't worked for this man in 6 years. She hasn't been a part of V103 since 2018, 2019. She has not been a part of that family at all. And they were the first ones to announce this. And I find it very fucking suspicious. Okay? And then if you listen to what Ski just said, when he found out, when he got the phone call, he was outside, okay, at his son's christening. Are y'all understanding what the fuck? Like, are y'all comprehending all this? Actually, when I got the phone call, I was outside at my son's christening. And like I said, he doesn't look too worried, disturbed, or bothered about this at all. Okay? Now, like I said, Frank Ski makes a live. Tigger doesn't lie. I mean, RIP post. But Mr. Green Street here, DJ Green Street, as we see him with a worried look on his face. Okay, he has a look on his face that's speaking, you know what I mean, in values. All right? But like I said, when you go to his page, he ain't say a motherfucking thing about Wanda. Okay? Only thing he's talking about is Benjamin Crump. Okay? 16 hours ago. Wanda has been dead, okay, approximately, okay, 48 hours. Okay? And we still haven't heard a motherfucking thing from him. And like I said, this is supposed to be your radio host. This is supposed to be your radio family. Okay? Oh, Mr. Benjamin Crump looks very different without them fucking suits on, right? Look like one of them homies we see in the street, don't he? Mr. Benjamin Crump himself with his fitted hat on and shit. Okay? Don't let these people fool you, man. Okay? Don't let the clean cut and and the articulation of their words fool you, man. We don't know who these people are in real life. All right? Shout out to the whole Fire Flame Nation, man. I believe I had something special in the stash. Let me see. Okay, so like I said, man, she blamed Katt Williams. Okay, she blamed Katt Williams for killing her career. Like I said, she never. Shout out all my fire starters up in here. Okay, she never recovered from this situation right here, man. And I'm going to give y'all a more detailed dialogue on this. Okay. Shout out everybody up in here. Hit the like button. Drop y'all fire and TVs in the chat, man. GFTV and the fire starters. We got another one. Let's go.
Because of the respect that I have for him, when he started, I would ask him something or say something. It was like he kind of came for me. And I'm not that kind of comedian. Like, I don't go tit for tat. I don't, just because of the respect that I have for him, when he started coming at me, it kind of threw me off. So I didn't know how to retaliate or how to come back, because that's not how I wanted to talk to him.
So it looks like Wanda Smith wants all the smoke when it comes to her year-long beef with Katt Williams, because she still believes that Katt ruined her career over a little misunderstanding and that he should apologize. This is coming after Katt went on several podcasts to speak on the issue and accused Wanda of...
This is why she went into deep depression, y'all. Very bad. Not only that, her and her husband was going through shit on the back end. All right? Very bad, very bad, very bad. Let's go, man. Like I said, when she was sitting up here smiling like it was a joke. All right? Let's continue, man. Let's go.
Ruining her career. It has been almost 6 years since Wanda Smith and Katt Williams got into it on her radio show and things got out of hand. Now, in those long years, you think that the beef would have died down or simmered down or something like that. But the opposite is the case, because it looks like Wanda still holds Katt 100% responsible for ending her career. Now, Wanda is not just coming up with these claims out of the blue. It all started because Katt did an interview with Shannon Sharpe on the Club Shay.
Be careful, Angela. Safe trip, baby. Safe trip. Prayers for Mom.
Podcast, where he spilled tea on half of the celebs in Hollywood and their mamas. And Wanda was one of such celebs that caught strays from Katt. For some context, we need to take it back to 2018 when Katt appeared on Wanda's show, and what was supposed to be a casual visit quickly turned into chaos when Katt and Wanda started to throw shots at each other, and the situation got out of hand and became a hot stinking mess. Things were going great between them until the topic shifted to Tiffany Haddish. For those who don't know, Katt doesn't have a lot of respect for Tiffany, especially as a comedian. And Katt, being Katt, has never really shied away from talking about it. Katt claimed that Tiffany hadn't proven herself yet, even though she has been in the industry since she was a teenager. He pointed out how she has never gone on a comedy tour yet or had a full-length comedy show.
She's been doing comedy since she was 16. You can't tell me your favorite Tiffany Haddish joke. Why? Because she ain't done a tour yet. She ain't done a special. She has not proven the ability to tell jokes back to back for an hour to nobody.
He didn't stop there, because he also accused Tiffany of being an industry plant, claiming that she was chosen to be famous because she's light-skinned and also appeals to the white audience.
And they already ready to down Monique and up somebody who has showed them Girls Trip. Did you think she wrote Girls Trip, goofball?
Right.
Or do you think that was already a script and they handed it to her? It's up to you, whatever you want to believe. But
the movie the Girls Trip movie?
Yes, ma'am. The one with with 3 of our greatest Black actresses in it. You mean that one?
Right. But I'm just saying, Tiffany Haddish.
Ma'am, you could have had that role and everything that happened would have happened unless you thought you were necessary to write.
Katt also backed up his claims by pointing out how there are many female comedians who are way better than Tiffany, but Tiffany keeps getting rated above them, which made no sense.
And to see her do her thing.
She passed 46 female Black comedians that I know personally that I put on tour who have a hard time getting a chicken sandwich from Chick-fil-A after they headline 7 shows at a club for $2,500 a week.
But people like real, and that's why they like
what
her.
They like?
They love real
because everybody's real then.
It was at this point that Wanda tried to step in and defend Tiffany, as a Black woman looking out for another Black woman. She stepped in to interrupt Katt, saying that Tiffany kept it real always, but Katt wasn't having that. And he doubled down on his claims about Tiffany being an industry plant.
Like
wherever you at under the sound of my voice, do you have a real co-worker?
Right.
Do you have a ratchet friend? Do you have a sister? Do you have a cousin? Do you have a nephew? Do you have a niece? Is they so ghetto? When did that become marketable? Knock it off. They like her because she want to sleep with a white man. That's why the only thing she said was, I want to give it to Brad Pitt. The only thing before that in the movie with me is I slept with this white man and I got a white baby. She had a white husband for the 14 years she been doing comedy. And then all of a sudden, divorced him, then said he abused her, then wrote a book, then said he didn't, and then now we're at Brad Pitt. So hey, you can say whatever you want. She said she got a disease for JJ. Don't nobody check for that. I support Linnell, Melanie Camacho, Miss Laura, all the people that got skipped over in the list between now and then. It's no shade to no one.
This is when Wanda randomly decided to switch up the topic and bring Katt's kids into the conversation, asking questions like what he cooked for his kids, and y'all best believe that she wasn't looking for recipes. The way she said it came across as kind of shady, like she was trying to score a point using his kids.
That's dope.
You cook? Do you cook for your kids?
Absolutely.
Tell me some of the things you cook that they're proud of. Like, Dad made some. You got the best spaghetti. You got the best steak. What do you have? Tell us what you cook.
As a father of 7 with an unlimited food budget, you can make whatever is necessary.
I
with
said
7,
what they like.
Excuse me.
Excuse me.
I'm
I
still
said, what do they
answering.
like?
Just because you're a poor interviewer doesn't mean.
I said, you answer the question and just tell me.
Man, you're a strong black woman. Is it okay for me to answer?
Come on.
You keep interrupting the answer. Everyone can hear it. It sounds like you like the
question and just tell me.
Man, you're a
Is that dude? That's dude, right?
I said, you answer the question and just.
That's Frank Ski, ain't it? Yep. Frank and Wanda in the morning, right? So he actually was there that day when that happened with Katt Williams and the Wanda situation, right? So now, as we strategically bring it all together, it's all starting to make more fucking sense. Ain't it? I told you, we the fire starters. They don't want to fuck with us. And like I said, I find it very odd and very strange that V103, the president and marketing fucking manager, senior vice president at that, was the one who came out with this information following a fucking bullshit ass, okay, condolences live in remembrance of Wanda Smith from fucking Frank Ski, y'all. This is more blatant than we ever could imagine. Let's go, man.
Man, you're a strong black woman. Is it okay for me to answer?
Come on.
You keep interrupting the answer. Everyone can hear it. It sounds like you like me a little bit.
Well, Katt isn't the type of person that you want to mess with. And he proved this when he flipped the script on Wanda and brought her kids into the situation, which immediately made her uncomfortable.
Yeah.
How many kids you got, one?
I have 3 boys.
Excellent.
3
yes,
boys.
I do.
Aren't boys simple?
Hmm?
Aren't boys simple?
They can be. They can be.
Wanda knows she
I'm what?
She didn't do as much cooking in the latter years as she did in the beginning.
Whatever. I cook. I do it all.
I didn't say that she
Well,
didn't.
that's right. I did it in the beginning and the middle and the end.
Wanda clearly had no clapback for that, and the next thing she did was to bring up Katt's trouble with the law. She also threw some jabs at his looks, especially his hair. This was a big mistake because most people know better than to come for Katt. He can be petty AF, and Wanda found out the hard way.
You're good at telling us about what's going on in jail.
Yes, ma'am, ain't getting out to tell you. And I'm going to tell you at an arena named Phillips, and you going to tell me at the Atlanta Comedy Theater.
That's right. True.
Tomorrow, be there.
All right.
Red Grant show, I know
Red
I'll
Grant.
be there. Don't miss it.
Red Grant.
Let me get to the salon. All right, it's the People Station Viewer 3. Your hair is kind of.
That joint was.
My hair is 19 inches long, and I have no perm.
You don't.
Oops.
Oh, that's not a perm.
No, it is not. Nice lady.
That's natural.
Come run one of your gnarled fingers.
Come here.
While you on air,
Come
so
on.
they can hear you live.
Come on. Let me come over here.
No. That's not how that works.
Oh, okay. Well, then stay over there.
Don't worry, ain't nobody putting their hands through yours.
That's right. They don't have to. I don't want them to. Get on out of here. You okay? You okay? Are you all right?
Only one of our
You all
hands
right?
moving while we talk.
Are you all right this morning?
But Wanda clearly didn't learn her lesson because she tried to come for Katt again, referring to him as Lil Mama, and boy, did he read her to filth.
So,
Get this inmate out of here.
if you can't get your blood pressure down, you can't call me down.
Whatever, little mama.
If your cholesterol is 600,
Whatever, little mama.
I'm Lil Mama's baby daddy.
No, you little mama.
Yes, ma'am. And what are you, girl?
They said she was 58. I'm hearing 58. That's what they saying, 58.
You probably shouldn't talk about sizes.
No, that's okay.
You big on the radio.
That's right. And you're big
Turn
in
it
prison.
down.
And you're
Yes,
big in
ma'am.
prison.
I've never been to prison.
You have
19
several
felonies,
times.
no convictions.
Yeah,
Knock it
yeah.
off. Prison and jail aren't the same. No.
Okay,
No.
Calm
No.
down. Calm down.
Only one of us has $12 worth of jewelry on. No.
No, $12.
No. That all is available. If you want to have Wanda's jewelry, please go to Citgo or Quick Trip at any point. If you buy 2 packs of Newport 100s, they will give you everything Wanda has on right now for $7.99, and it comes with a free car wash. Won't you come on down?
Yes, thank you.
Absolutely.
We appreciate it.
The show starts at 9. Wanda gets to the stage at 9:17. Please come on down.
Go, Shay, please come get Miss Cat and do her hair.
She's almost out of breath. Be careful now. Even on the radio, you can hear the fact that exercise has crept into her vocabulary.
Hurry up, little mama. We're done.
You already used that one. Don't repeat your jokes, Fresh Comic.
Cat ate her up, and Wanda knew it because even though she was smiling on the show, she was actually big mad and was plotting her revenge on Cat. A couple of days after the show, she arranged for her husband and sons to jump Cat after one of his comedy shows. Wanda, her husband, and their sons pulled up the Cat, and security footage showed Wanda arguing with Cat a few minutes before her husband started to chase him.
As they sit there, laugh.
Cat claimed that the other man had a but Wanda's husband denied pulling out a weapon on Cat, claiming that he had dropped his gun while he was running after Cat, so there was no way he would have pulled up on him. However, TMZ leaked a video that showed Wanda's husband chasing after Cat into a store with a gun in hand. Wanda was clearly not banking on this blowing up and becoming such a big issue like it did, and she ended up getting fired from the radio station not long after this drama. Now, it wasn't explicitly stated that it was because of the Katt Williams issue, but if it looks like a dog and barks like a dog, it's probably a dog. After she got fired, Wanda kind of dipped from the scene and she never found success after that. This all happened in 2018, and a lot of people have forgotten all about the drama until it came up during Katt's Club Shay Shay podcast, and Shannon Sharpe asked him about it. This was the first time that Katt publicly addressed the drama, and he claimed that the reason he came for Wanda like that,
like I said in the beginning of the show, it was the interview that he did with Shay Shay that reinvented this whole shit that sent her into a deeper, darker depression, y'all. When it was brought up on the Shay Shay show, and we know this Katt Williams interview is infamous. Do y'all know how many millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of views this video, this interview got? So it fucking tarnished, it crushed her career. But let's continue, man. Just when she thought it was over and it could die down and settle and simmer off a little bit, like I said, she wanted Katt Williams to apologize for a long time, which Katt Williams would never do. As he went on Shay Shay and addressed it for the first time. Let's continue, y'all. Hit the like button.
never found success after that. This all happened in 2018, and a lot of people have forgotten all about the drama until it came up during Katt's Club Shay Shay podcast, and Shannon Sharpe asked him about it. This was the first time that Katt publicly addressed the drama, and he claimed that the reason he came for Wanda like that was that she had blindsided him with the talk about his kids. According to him, he and Wanda had an agreement before they went on air that she wouldn't bring up his personal life because y'all know how much Katt loves to keep his private life private. But she got salty when he checked her over her comment about Tiffany Haddish, and she brought his kids into the situation. She went low, so Katt went even lower, by ruining her career, claiming that she did it all to herself when she tried to humiliate him on air while making comments that came off as kind of homophobic. But she forgot that she was in Atlanta, a city that's literally known for having a lot of gay men. So when she made those comments about Katt, she lost the support of her followers. Also went on the Willie D Live podcast where he stood on his word, saying that he never did anything or pulled any strings behind the scenes to get Wanda canceled.
Because I never called her out of her name.
But that's what I'm saying.
I was very composed.
That's my point.
But let me explain. Let me give you the exclusive.
But hold up, because Wanda is now calling BS on this story, claiming that Katt is being entirely truthful. She told her side of the story, claiming that Katt came into the interview with a weird energy that only got worse as the interview went on. She claimed that there was a weird sort of energy in the room and that Katt was being shady and was attacking her every time she asked him a question.
I would ask him something or say something. It was like he kind of came for me. And I'm not that kind of comedian. Just because of the respect that I have for him, when he started coming at me, it kind of threw me off. So I didn't know how to retaliate or how to come back because that's not how I wanted to talk to him.
She also hinted that she still believes that Katt came on her show with an agenda to deliberately ruin her and embarrass her, and there's nothing that she could have done differently.
You know, I was
Hit the like
excited
button, y'all.
to
Let's
really
continue.
have him in this
Hit that
studio,
like
to be
button.
honest with you.
We still got some more to go,
I
y'all.
felt like as he started to talk in the beginning, he had an agenda.
Hit that like button, y'all. Okay, we still got some more to break down. Continue to hit that like button. We ain't done yet.
Like to attack me, and I kept feeling some type of way, and I'm like,
Did you feel the tension in the room before he
Yes.
even started talking?
I felt the tension. I did, and then I said, okay, where's this going? So honestly, because of the respect that I have for him, like I feel like he's one of the comics that has made it.
She also recently shared a post on her IG with the caption, "This is for anyone that come on my page with negative intention. God will deal with you shorty. Trust me." However, not all fans are buying this, and they left comments saying, "Wanda is delusional. Katt roasted her like a pig. She is dodging responsibility and not taking accountability for anything. She started the whole thing and got in her feelings because Katt finished her. And Wanda, you have to stop playing victim in this one. You came at Katt like you were on a mission. He clearly responded to your negativity about his hair, prison, clothes, etc. He put you in your place and was incredibly funny about it. Good for him. Your whole explanation here is coming up short." Do y'all believe that this is just a big misunderstanding, or do you think that Wanda is just trying to save face? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, then check out this next video.
Okay, so this is what I tried to explain to everybody, you know what I mean? But y'all know we are strategic. We like to lay our groundwork and our foundation and strategically drop and break down the information. Now, I mentioned that in the beginning of the show that when Katt Williams went back on Shay Shay and actually talked about it, okay, and I actually didn't even know that he went on Willie D and spoke about it too. Okay, we can only imagine, okay, what that ultimately did to her name and her career as she, okay, is accusing Katt Williams of pulling strings on the back end to get her blackballed and get her canceled. And y'all, this is what I said. After that Katt Williams interview, things never was the same for her husband, okay, her marriage, nothing. Even the relationship with her children, I'm hearing on the back end, wasn't the same again. As we done heard that they planned this a couple days later to what? Her husband and her sons were to jump Katt Williams after a show. Okay, so we can clearly see that was definitely the case because while all this is going on, okay, she's sitting there laughing, okay, and she never even tried to stop her husband at all. She didn't even try to diffuse the situation. Actually, I'm just gonna keep it all the way 100. You shouldn't have even been there. If you wasn't there, this would have never happened. We all know why she came there, okay? And ultimately, it cost her, okay? And she been blaming Katt Williams for the past 6 years for her being blackballed, for her not being able to get a job, okay? For her not being able to even get, okay, little gigs and shit at little stand-up comedy clubs, y'all. Okay, he killed her all the way around. Okay, she didn't know who she was fucking with. And someone in the chat mentioned something a minute ago that was very interesting to me. Shout out to them. As they said, did Tiffany Haddish mention any fucking thing? After she done went to bat for Tiffany Haddish, lost her marriage, her job, and possibly her life because she went into deep depression trying to defend Tiffany Haddish about a Katt Williams remark or statement. We don't see Tiffany Haddish saying R.I.P. to motherfucking Miss Wanda Smith nowhere. Thank you for all you had done. Thank you for everything you did. Thank you for fucking risking your whole life and your career, your marriage and your profession and your occupation for speaking up for me and believing in me and what I do. Okay? Not one, y'all. We ain't got none of that. Okay, so something is off about this all the way around. Okay, remember, it was ultimately Tiffany Haddish that she was defending because Katt Williams was like, Tiffany Haddish is a fucking plant. Okay, and that's clearly the truth. That's why they made the bitch cut her fucking hair off in front of the world and made her humiliate her fucking self because that fucking spot was given to her. All right? So when a spot is given to you, you have to give the devil what he wants when he wants it. And you have to humiliate yourself and cut your fucking hair off in front of the world. And that's what Tiffany Haddish did. All right? Check this out. All right? No, Tiffany Haddish ain't post shit. Okay? But check this out, y'all. All right? Like I said, it's something weird about Frank Ski. All right? And like I said, I'm hearing on the back end, y'all, that they're going to listen. I'm gonna tell y'all this right now before it even comes out. Remember when y'all heard this here first? Remember, if this don't stamp and stomp and stamp everything I stand on, don't nothing else will. Remember when y'all hear this information right here first, before it even hit the media. They're going to try to come out and say Wanda Smith committed suicide. All right? Remember, I mentioned this. Okay? And what's going to be more funny and more suspect about it? Okay? Because, like I said, they don't think before they do shit. Okay? When they come out and announce that her death was by suicide, okay? You know what's going to look even more suspect? If her death was by suicide, then why the fuck did you announce it? How the fuck did you get that information? And why did they allow you to confirm it? You see, this is where things is going to get choppy at. Because like I said, man, it's already being, listen, yo, it's already being said that she committed death by suicide, okay? All right, it's all over Reddit. It's in the Reddit posts and things like that, okay? See, it's going on here, okay? See something here. Shout out everybody up in here, man. Okay, death by suicide. They're going to try to say, man. Okay, and they're going to try to blame it on the Katt Williams situation. Okay. Not only that, a lot of people don't know that she also was blaming, okay, Frank Ski for her for her being fired. Okay? See some. Shout out the whole Fire Starter Nation up in here, man, as we continue to get to the bottom of this. This on your screen don't look suspicious. Why is the fucking vice senior president of the radio station announcing her death? Confirming it. Why it's not her family? See something here, man. Shout out everybody up in here, man. I got y'all. Check it out. Okay. Wanda Smith. Check it out. I am one of the best to do this shit, bro. Hit the like button. I told y'all. Strategic drop. They don't know who they fucking with, yo. Let's go. Hit that like button, y'all. Okay? The people that just left, they ain't patient enough. Hit that like button. What it say? Who else Wanda blaming? Who else Wanda blaming for the situation at the radio station, yo? Who else? Okay? Now we see why he looks the way he looks, right? Now everything is starting to what? Connect like 4 fucking dots. Ain't they, y'all? All in the fucking box. We got them. Okay? Because just like One True Emperor said, Red and Frank Ski was laughing their ass off. Now, once did they try to step in, diffuse it, intervening? Nothing. Okay? So Wanda Smith also blamed her long co-host for the situation. Okay, and this was back in when it first happened. This wasn't like recently, okay, now I'm going to come out and blame you all of a sudden. No, she been blaming him, okay? Which you can just blame it on yourself, honestly, but she felt as though, being as though their relationship was so tight-knit and close the way it was, and Katt Williams was a man, okay? And being as though her and Frank had this close morning show relationship for over 2 fucking decades, she feels as though, out of respect for a woman and slash co-host of the show for over 2 decades, that Frank Ski should have stepped in and tried to diffuse the situation. Okay? Okay, so this is crazy, yo. Okay? So I don't think Frank Ski took that too well. Okay, and this is why he don't look too hurt when he's talking about her death at all. Don't look too hurt at all. Okay, so let's get into this. V103. Okay? V103. Y'all better look at the writing on the wall when it says V103. I ain't even about to get into all that. All right? Different show for a different topic. Okay? V103 radio host Wanda Smith cleared the air about some chatter over why her fellow Frank and Wanda in the morning host Frank Ski didn't race to her defense during a heating roasting session with Katt Williams last week. You see this? Okay, over the weekend, reports emerged that police were investigating after Smith's husband allegedly pulled a gun on Williams at a comedy club following the on-air toe-to-toe moment, y'all. Okay, yet on Monday, September 17th, the two paused the music to have a 43-minute talk about the viral moment, which saw Williams make jokes about Smith's clothes, hair, weight, and her cooking. All right? Okay? So she felt as though Frank should have stepped in and defended her. Frank should have stepped in and saved her. Frank should have stepped in and fused the situation as she done came out her mouth and fused the situation by talking about his kids. Okay. Now, like I said, man, it's already suicide rumors going around. And it it looks like they're trying to get their story together. Okay? It looks like they're trying to get their story together, y'all. Okay? All right, and it's not going to surprise me that they're going to come out and say this was death by suicide, and they are going to blame it on this situation right here, y'all. Okay? They are going to blame it. This is going to be the cause of it. Everything I said on this show this morning, y'all, when the reports come out, y'all gonna be like, yo, is they listening to God fear? Or do God fear know some shit that we don't know? Because like I said, everything I mentioned on this show this morning is going to be in the reports. How her career never recovered from the Katt Williams situation. How it has been a continuous downhill spiral for her in her personal life, her personal marriage, her personal relationship with her children, and everything after this situation with Katt Williams. She never recovered, went into a deep depression. They're going to try to cover up the Ozempic, y'all. Remember when y'all hearing this first. They're going to try to cover up the Ozempic, and they're going to claim, okay, that she was so depressed, okay? That's how all the weight fell off so fast, rapidly, and drastically. When we know that's a goddamn lie, okay? Because that situation happened 6 years ago, all right? And we're just here recently, this year, okay, that she turned into something that could hula hoop through a Cheerio, all right? Respectfully. We all know Wanda ain't never been this small a day in her life. And we know what is the most common practice out here being used right now by celebrities, A-listers, people that's connected to celebrities and A-listers in that realm. It's this Ozempic situation, right? Right? Not only that, it's a lot of deaths that's been related to this Ozempic, right? And they have been trying to what? Whitewash and what? Disconnect the Ozempic from these strange alleged deaths. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, everything I mentioned in the next few days, get ready. Okay? And we're going to be right here to cover it. Okay? I want to know the toxicology, the autopsy, where they find her body at. Where was her body found at? Where she died at? In her home? A hospital? A car accident? Okay? A heart attack? OD? A bad pill? Was it poison? What was it? She just passes away, right? Up, and away. Okay? You're not in Kansas anymore. All right? Just tap your fucking heels and you're gone. Shout out to everybody up in here, man. Okay, as I drop the link down below, man. Anybody free to come up, man, speak their piece on this situation. Let me know how you feel about this. Okay? Let me know if anything that I'm making total fucking sense. Okay, because everything that they're telling us definitely ain't making no sense. But we here to make real life matters, make real life sense, because we actually live a real life where we have to use our what? Real life sense. Shout out to everybody up in here, man. Feel free to support the content, okay, with a like, share, definitely a subscribe, okay. Cash App at the top right of your screen, Godfear316, okay. PayPal is also accepted at Fear the Fire Flames, okay. And I also had a couple of people requesting me about Chime, all right. And my Chime handle is the same as my Cash App handle. All right. Godfear316. Godfear316. Chime handle, man. All right. And like I said, Wanda never posted on her birthday. MIA. She's been missing. No one's seen her. Okay. Actually, Wanda hasn't been seen for the past month. Okay. MIA like a motherfucker. All right. Like I said, the fucking love is overwhelming. All right. The love is overwhelming, yo. Okay. All right. Like I said, okay. No one understands what's going on. Okay. Check it out. As it says, wishing my sister a very happy birthday. As I strategically break this down with Wanda Smith, but Wanda Smith never replied to it, y'all. Hit the like button, which proved Wanda was already dead. Wanda was dead already. I told you, I'm the nicest at this shit. Okay, just like somebody said in the chat earlier, okay? My observations is crazy. Okay, I observe things so strategically well. Okay, this was a post. One of her close friends, her sister. Hit the like button. Let's go. Her sister, Janice Smith, as I strategically break this down, posted on her Facebook, wishing my sister a happy birthday. Enjoy your day to the fullest. Okay? Can we get over 200 likes? Let's go. Can we get over 200 likes, ladies and gentlemen? Shout out everybody up in here. Okay? All right. Her sister posted on her page. Janice never replied. Okay? Check it out. I mean, Wanda never replied. Okay? Wanda never said anything, y'all. Something strange is going on. Wanda never replied. Look, as it says, wow, I had no idea, as someone says. I had no idea. Okay? Wanda never replied, y'all. All right, Miss Duvall. Thank you, baby. I appreciate it. Okay, I will post it. It's right there for you, Mr. Ball. And I'm gonna add it into the artwork too. Want to make sure I add it into the artwork as well. This is crazy. This is crazy. Anytime your sister, 3 days ago, husband ain't put nothing, sons ain't put nothing because they already knew. Husband ain't put shit, the sons ain't put shit, but the sister did because the sister ain't know. See what I'm saying? Sister always in Florida, y'all. Okay? Sister live always in Pembroke, Florida. Okay? Pembroke Pines. All right? Look, everybody wishing happy birthday. She's not replying to no one. What happened to Wanda Smith? Okay? And we're going to be on top of this shit. We're going to be on top of this. Like I said, something sinister happened to Wanda Smith. Something is up. Okay, close friends of Wanda posted. Denise Howard. Okay, check it out. This was Wanda's actual last post. Okay, as she was promoting her stylist. And that was September 7th. Okay? No one has seen Wanda or heard from Wanda since. There has no there has there has not been no activity on her IG, no activity on her Facebook. This is nasty work. Shout out everybody up in here. This is nasty work, y'all. Okay? Wanda Smith disappeared off the face of the earth. Husband is nowhere to be found. Okay? And everybody that's runs in correlation with Wanda Smith's name. Okay? Wanda Smith. Okay? We got Frank Ski, Katt Williams, and her husband. Okay? So it'd be interesting to see what's on Katt Williams' IG, right? Let's see what's up, y'all. Can we do another strategic one? Okay? Will we blow another strategic drop out the motherfucking box? Okay? Okay? See what the fuck going on here. Katt Williams ain't said shit. Okay? It ain't got anything that's looking too suspicious or suspect that aligns with anything that I know of. Oh, see something. Okay, but I tell you what, her death definitely got him trending. I can tell you that. Okay, so that's something that we definitely can, you know what I mean, add into correlation and run parallel with the situation. Her death definitely got Katt Williams trending again for some strange reason. Okay, okay, and it's ultimately because of the situation that they went through. Okay, but it definitely got Katt Williams trending again. Okay, and it's coming up about everything that happened. Like I said, videos are started to resurface. Situation is started to resurface. Everything is starting to resurface, which you call harvesting energy. If you want to be technical, okay. If you want to be technical, that's all it is. Okay, harvesting energy. All right, that's what it looks like. What's going on here? Shout out everybody up in here, man. I appreciate y'all. If y'all just coming in here, man, hit the like button, hit the backfire, man. Okay, we about to close out. Okay, we broke down a lot of information on this show. All right, and we will be coming back with more, as ain't too many people covering this situation. Like I said, Wanda Smith unexpectedly, tragically, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, they say she died. Okay, but she just drops off the face of the earth, okay, a day after her birthday. All right, and I'm telling y'all right now that it wasn't the day after her birthday. Wanda been MIA. Something been happened to Wanda before her birthday, as her sister literally made a post on her Facebook account. Wanda never responded to the post. Not only that, multiple people made a happy birthday, okay, post on her account. Wanda never liked it, comment, or replied to it. And Wanda never actually made a happy birthday post of her own on IG. And we don't see any activity from her kids, her three sons, or her husband, okay, on her IG tagging for her birthday or anything. Okay, and like I said, for Ski to be talking about, oh, we were close friends, I'm going to love her, I'm going to miss her, blah blah this, blah blah that. She just had a whole birthday, and you ain't even say happy birthday. You ain't wish her a motherfucking thing. But the day after she died, after her birthday, you coming out with all this, but the day of her birthday when she was alive, allegedly, you ain't say shit. Not only did he not say nothing, okay, the one who she lost her fucking career over. Speaking up, taking up, speaking up to Katt Williams, taking up for Tiffany Haddish. And Tiffany Haddish ain't even say, oh, damn, woman to woman, okay? Woman to woman. To the woman that defended me with the bat for me, okay? Risked her whole career to speak up for me, man. I would like to just send my condolences to her. Nope, we ain't get none of that. We don't get none of that. All right? And like I said, man, it was cheating rumors. Like I said, her marriage had got so dark over the past 6 years. Her marriage has got so dark with her husband. Okay, things started to change drastically, very fast, very quick. Okay, very fast and very quick. Okay, and they're saying Wanda's husband was no longer attracted to Wanda. They're saying Wanda's husband no longer was interested in Wanda after her career fell through all of a sudden, right? But don't forget why her career fell through. Because of her husband and her son. But don't forget why her husband and her son reacted the way they did. Okay, because their mom and his wife told them to. She did nothing to try to diffuse the situation. We got the receipts. Her legs is crossed like it's Harlem Nights. They think it's a joke. Okay? That interview was on 9/13/2018. She waited till 2 days later, a day and a half later. They all planned to go to this comedy club in Atlanta, okay, to get back on Katt Williams, and it ultimately cost her her whole career. Okay? All right, so this is breaking news and breaking information, man. All right, shout out everybody that's coming up in here. I appreciate y'all. Hit the backfire. Okay. RIP to Wanda Smith. Wanda Smith, okay, is no longer with us. What happened? I have no idea. Okay, all right. Far as a media standpoint go, okay, but over here we make real life matters, make real life sense. All right, something sinister definitely happened to Wanda. Not only did something sinister happen to Wanda, Wanda has been MIA for a while. Her husband know it. Her sons know it. Okay. All right. People right there, the immediate ones that's right there by her know it. Okay. Her sister live all the way down in Florida. Have no idea what's going on. She had no idea her sister was MIA. Sister never responded to the happy birthday post. And like I said, the Ozempic situation. Shit is crazy, y'all. Hit the like button. I appreciate y'all. The GFTV and the Five Starter family for being up in here this morning as we break down another one, man. Shout out to everybody up in here. Shout out to all my endorsers and my sponsors, man. Mr. Vol for the $5. Mr. Vol again for the $2. Captain Isabella Spyro, okay, for the $10 endorsement. Mr. Vol for the $2 endorsement. Cyrus for the $5 endorsement and sponsorship. Mr. Vol for renewing the membership and Drip Advisory. Welcome to the flame. Welcome to the fire. Thank you for being a part of the Fire Flame family. With that being said, man, we about to get up out of here, man. I dropped the link like nobody wanted to come up. So we definitely got the receipts, man. Okay. So with that being said, man, okay, everybody watch the energy that you attach yourself to at all time. Always remember, fear the fire and fear the flames. Thank you, all my moderators, flaming raiders, fire starters, hawkers, walkers, and stalkers up in here. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Thank you. Much respect. Much respect. Support the Cash App up top, right corner. PayPal up top right. Cash App up top left. Best things in life are free. Share, chop it up, TikTok it, like it. With that being said, always remember, fear the fire, fear the flames. I love y'all. I'm nothing without y'all, and we nothing without each other, man. Everybody stay safe. Be blessed. We out. Feel the fire.